brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lekter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin. Plus 15. Like, it's too hot. It's too hot.
Enough.
It got quite warm yesterday, though. What did we top out at yesterday? Do you know?
I think it got up to about 20. Wow. More or less. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I was wearing a sweater yesterday. Oh, yeah, because it was like -2 the day before.
Well, old habits are hard to break.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to get some new clothes.
I still brought one in today.
You brought some new clothes in for me today?
No.
Oh.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. It's like, I thought this would look good on you.
Been going through my wardrobe.
Looking to get
really
rid of a few
feel
things.
like this is your color.
That's right. I feel like maybe 2 of your shirts sewed together would fit.
That's a fun project.
Yeah, that is. I'll take that Strumbella's one and the one, I don't know.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, like 2 of my just completely different shirts stitched together.
That's right.
And you wear them? That'd be great.
That wouldn't be embarrassing for anybody, right?
Not at all.
Not at all. No. What is going on tonight? Stanley Cup Finals, Game 7.
Remember that thing?
Well, I couldn't care less. I couldn't. I don't know what it is. That meme that my buddy put up and has been circulating the internet, the distracted boyfriend meme.
Yeah.
Where it's like the boyfriend is Canada, the dejected girlfriend is very...
Is the Stanley Cup Finals.
And, damn meme.
But
whatever.
It is.
And she's like, it's the Stanley Cup Finals and the NBA Finals are walking the other way and we're checking out the NBA Finals.
The hot young thing walking the other direction. The NBA Finals.
That's right. They're like the same. They're about the same age. But that's going on tonight. That's all I got.
Yeah, well, it's on.
It is on to the break of dawn.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Wednesday morning, that's right. It's hump day. Are you a 1-humper or a 2-humper? It's camels. It's camels. Are you a 1-hump or 2-hump?
Yeah, 1 hump.
You're 1-hump?
Who am I kidding?
Come on. 2-hump. Then you can sit between the humps. It makes for a natural saddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
One day.
Yeah. One day we'll have 2 humps. So the Women's World Cup is on right now. Women's World Cup of Soccer. Canada beat Cameroon on Monday afternoon. And last night, the Americans took on Thailand and have garnered a little bit of controversy this early in the tournament. They won handily 13-0. Now, a lot of people calling them out for running up the score and an obviously less experienced, a weaker team. Obviously, the Americans have been a perennial favorite at the World Cup and on the world stage in soccer for quite some time. Canada's worked their way up there as well and been very good. But running up the score 13-0, getting a lot of flack for that. But I mean, the tournament's on aggregate score, so like you run that up just in case there's any chance of a tie or whatever,
right?
And then like how you get placed in the knockout round, is determined by score sometimes. So I can understand that. So if you want that changed, then change the format of the tournament. Don't make it an aggregate score, which is what soccer's kind of built on.
But then you'll upset Ollie.
That's right. You'll upset Ollie because he just loves the soccer and loves the way it's played. It's a perfect game.
Loves that aggregate scoring.
Loves it. Loves Aggie scores. But we see that in the World Junior Hockey Championships as well.
Yeah.
Because it's on aggregate score as well. So, Canada will run up the score on a few teams will run up the score on other teams. However, this is the thing that's garnering the more controversy than just the score is the celebrating. Right. Now, soccer is known for pretty wild sellies, running, flying, sliding on your knees, hopping, running into the crowd, whatever. And it always is. And for the reason, because soccer, there's, like 2 goals scored usually. So like if you get 1 goal, like that's huge.
Yeah.
That's a huge lead.
That's a blowout potentially.
That's a blowout almost. So jumping around and acting like crazy people, absolutely, that makes sense.
Right.
When you get into the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th goal, maybe calm down the sellies a little bit. So what they're being called out for is celebrating like it's, a 1-0 game or a 2-0 game in a tight game and being real boisterous, jumping around, flying, sliding on their knees and stuff like that. Right. And I get it. It's the world's biggest stage. Some of these ladies haven't been there before. This is their first World Cup. But if this is your first World Cup, even if it is your first World Cup and it's the biggest stage in soccer for women's soccer, you have played international games. You've played at a very high level for a very long time in order to get there.
Mm-hmm.
maybe stop celebrating after the 5th goal. Like, just kind of go, yeah, okay, we got it. We can run it up, but like, let's not show up the other team. And that's what they're being called out for, is that they showed up the other team. And like, I mean, I've seen some of the highlights. It's not awesome.
No, it's not great. And like you say, some of them, legitimately haven't been there before. So maybe they're letting kind of their boisterousness and letting their emotions get the better of them.
Yeah.
Which is, that can happen. But again, kind of let that drain out when you get to 6, 7, 8, 9, nothing.
10.
By the time, you're 11, 12, 13, nothing.
13. Oh,
there is
like,
nothing to be celebrating
Not
anymore.
really. It's just like, okay, we're good.
This is not a close match.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's, not necessarily that you're playing so well. It's just that your opponent is just that much weaker. And I mean, that's part of sports sometimes, but that's also one of the lessons that we teach our kids
Trying to anyway, right?
Sports is learning to be a good loser and learning to be a good winner,
Absolutely.
which is arguably more important than being a good loser.
I would say so.
And in this case, you didn't see that. And you said they were getting they were kind of pushing back on some of the criticism, I guess, saying
they were saying some of these girls haven't been here before. It's the world's biggest stage. Let them celebrate. Blah blah blah. And it's like, yes, those are all really good points. They should celebrate. This is their country. They're playing for their country, the world's biggest stage. They want to win. They're very hungry to win. Yes. Again, though, 8th, 9th, 10th goal, when you're just scoring every time you go down the pitch. And you're going to score, you've got this team handled. You know that you are better than them in every respect.
Right.
They're trying their best, because that's what they're doing. Because that's the thing. They're on the biggest stage as well.
Yeah.
They're on the biggest stage. And I'm not saying, again, you don't have to hold back. Aggregate scoring. Score as much as you want. But don't show them up at the 10th goal. Like I was telling you just before we came on, that one girl, and I can't remember her name. I heard it last night. Can't remember her name, but it was like running to the scrum of the celebration as everybody's like leaping into the air and hugging each other and screaming, and was like counting on her fingers how many goals they had, and like looking all bewildered by how many they'd scored and been like, oh, what, 10? Like, it's just like, come on, man.
And I mean, and that's
a bit much.
And that's where the old saying comes: act like you've been there before.
Act like you've been there before,
even if you haven't been there before. Act like you have.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I don't know that this is really a mindset in soccer. Like, I know coming up playing hockey, that is very much the mindset that is instilled in you, is that you respect your opponent. For sure. Like, be excited if you happen to win a big game. But again, if you're playing a team and you are obviously the better team and you're up by 5-6,
it's the round robin.
You don't celebrate after that point, and it's just it's looked at sure, be excited for your own personal achievement, but you don't make a mockery of your opponent.
Don't show up the other team. So that's what they're getting flack for. And it was just, and I mean, it was, people calling it classless. I feel like it's just the U.S. leaning into being the U.S. It's like, we're the best and blah blah blah, and it was it was too bad.
But hey, karma's a thing. We experienced that with the Cabin Radio Slow Pitch team.
That's right.
Had a big opening night win.
We did not show anybody up.
Kind of got a little bit of a
We didn't show anybody up. We didn't score 13 runs. Well, we did score 13 runs, but it was to 9.
15, as a matter of fact.
And 15 the first
and
game,
it was to 5.
And it was 5.
Not to open up any old wounds or anything. But karma came back around Sunday night.
Well, it came back around. That's right. We scored 15, but then they called us.
And it stung.
Let me tell you. They called us effers after that game. So.
Well, we were arguably acting like.
I don't think so. I disagree.
We were having too much fun. With ourselves.
Yeah.
Too much fun.
They thought we were showing them up.
We should have.
Laughing at each other.
We should have acted funeral type.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, hear that, U.S.? Act like you're at a funeral.
That's right.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
So this morning, obviously, when you get up this early, although we don't get up as early as some, Unky Lauren, how you doing? He's been up since 2.
Shout out to Uncle Lauren.
That's right. Shout out to Unky. So you get up early. Sometimes you rush. I had a plan this morning to get up a little earlier.
Sometimes you listen to Rush.
Man, sometimes I listen to Rush. I can't listen to music in the morning because Phoenix is still sleeping.
Just blast Limelight.
I should.
Wake her up. That's a good morning.
I mean, if we're comparing mornings, and if I'm asleep and she's up, she is in and out of the room 10 times, just stomping all over the place, turns the hair dryer on. I'm like, what are you doing? I need to get ready. I'm like, ugh, get ready on the other side of the house. So you rush out. I had a plan this morning to have some good protein, right?
Right.
Because I find myself fading halfway through the afternoon because I don't get enough protein in the morning. That didn't happen. Woke up at 10 after 6, and it was rushing.
Right.
I burnt my bagel. Didn't put sugar in my coffee. I was unprepared, and now I've got this ultra refined sugar that we have in the kitchen here, and I was lamenting as we were coming on that there isn't anything here for breakfast. You yourself bought yourself, I used it too much, bought yourself a cinnamon bun, and you didn't buy me one.
No.
Even though I constantly buy you cinnamon buns in the morning.
You didn't last time.
We are into you didn't buy me one last
I was
time
a little
either.
miffed
We're
about
into
it.
the dozens of times that I bought you a cinnamon bun. Couldn't even be bothered to buy me a cinny bun. So it is my fault that I'm without breakfast. I crammed a croissant in my face as I left the door. But I went to the kitchen, nothing there.
No.
Just ultra refined sugar, which makes my coffee taste like garbage. And then went into our office, the fridge, nothing in there but a hard boiled egg.
There's a salad in there you can have.
I'm not eating a salad for
It's a
breakfast.
salad and a hard-boiled egg. That salad has mango slices on it.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a great breakfast.
That's nice. And some sort of vinaigrette, I assume.
I believe so, yes.
No, not
So if
for
you don't want
breakfast.
that,
Not for breakfast.
I can't help you.
Yes, I know you
This
can.
is
This
my
is what I'm
cinnamon
saying.
bun.
So I was lamenting that. I'm saying that we need more snacky stuff.
We'll bring some in.
I don't feel like I should have to.
Why not? You're an
No, I
owner.
think I will.
It's
I
time
will.
to take responsibility
Oh, right.
for the things
Yeah.
you own.
But I mean, like, I don't know if when I work at my other job, there's always snacks.
Who brings them?
One of the service managers, he brings the snacks in. He'll go out once a month, drop like $50 to $75 on ramen noodles,
Right.
cheese sticks and cheese sticks and cheese and Triscuits and just little things.
So,
really nice.
but you opened this break by saying you fade a bit in the afternoon.
I do fade a bit in the afternoon.
You've got snacks lying all over the place.
Well, no,
there.
I mean, like,
what are you
I
fading
faded
for?
a bit in the afternoon, so I have a snack. But
Okay.
I fade in the afternoon because I don't get enough protein in the morning.
You fade in the morning too? You're
absolutely.
just like a wave, just
Absolutely,
up and down.
absolutely. I'm a big man, and I eat terribly sometimes, and so my hormone levels and everything else kind of go up and down, up and down. So I'm just kind of a wave of emotions.
Well, this is the first I've heard of this, of you being an emotional person. So forgive me for
Shut
not
your mouth.
any kind of precautions
Shut
before
your
now.
filthy mouth.
I apologize. Had I
just
known, I would have taken it upon myself to make sure my friend and coworker Jesse Wheeler is taken care of.
Thank you.
I apologize.
That's all I ask is that someone take care of me for the rest of my life. So I'm saying I'm going to bring in some snacks, maybe some Nutri-Grain bars, but those are terrible for you too. Those are just souped up Fig Newtons.
Just get some sugar in you.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
That's what I need right now. I need some sugar. I don't know what I'm going to bring in though. Hard-boiled eggs for all.
But if you want a cinnamon bun, you just got to tell me. That's all you got to do.
I don't know when you're going. You
all you
never.
gotta
You don't
do.
send me a message saying you're going anywhere.
Cinnamon bun.
You know what? All I'm asking is that if you go to Drive Room in the morning, just let me know.
Okay.
Let me know. And
I've brought you stuff before though, and you've been like, I already have one.
I know.
Just like, well, I took a chance.
I'm sorry.
I don't take chances
I'm
anymore.
sorry. I'm so emotionally abusive to you.
I'm a wreck
I know.
over here.
So if anybody wants to bring me a breakfast snack, that would be incredible. If Sara Wicks is listening and you're on your way in here, bring me a breakfast sandwich.
I'll take one too, Swixter.
Scenes on the cabin.
Oh, jeez, Lawrence.
I'm sorry, man. I thought you want to see this. Doesn't this chick look like Ann?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, she hasn't been over here in a while. You two still going out?
I guess, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I get the feeling she's cheating on me.
Yeah, I get that feeling too, man.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, man. I just get that feeling looking at her like she's one of those people that would just, yeah. I'm sorry, man. I look. I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know.
It's okay. I just had a rough day.
Tell me about it, man. I got to wake my ass up at 6 a.m. every day this week and drag myself out to Vaselina's. Yeah, I'm doing the drywall there at the new McDonald's.
Hey, let me ask you something. When you come in on Mondays and you're not feeling too well, does anybody ever come up to you and say, sounds like you got a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Hell, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that.
Scenes from the cabin.
Know the movie? Submit your guess to mailbox@cabinradio.ca or send us a message on Facebook for your chance to win gift certificates to some awesome Yellowknife restaurants, including Zehabesha, Main Street Pizza, The Woodyard Eatery, Copper House Restaurant, and Java Roma. Listen to Cabin Radio every weekday to win, or download the Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Hour number 2 of Mornings at the Cabin. Wheeler and Lekter with you on your Wednesday morning. I hope everyone's having just a fantastic time. I hope you're 3 beers deep and not going to work. That's where I'd like to be.
That's bad advice.
Is it bad advice?
I think so, yeah.
What if you got the day off?
I feel like that's still bad advice.
Maybe.
Three beers deep by 8 in the morning.
It's not Christmas. You're right. It's not Christmas. That's where I am at Christmas. If you have the day off, please enjoy the beautiful weather. It's going to be gorgeous today again. Highs of plus 45.
Yeah, don't binge drink. Go outside.
That's right. Although the really nice weather,
combine the two.
The really nice weather makes me want to get out on a patio and just talk about all my troubles.
This afternoon?
Possibly.
All right.
I do have to work.
Speaking of patios, I have to say, Thornton's patio opened yesterday.
Yeah, you were on it yesterday?
I wasn't on it. I was
staring
at it from my balcony.
I was thinking about that.
From across the street.
I saw Nicole's post, and they were out enjoying a nice glass of wine out on the patio. And I was like, where's Scott?
Yeah, me and the dogs were just gazing longingly.
What's going on out there?
I think like Simon and Garfunkel playing in the background.
Mill patio.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Laughter in the background.
Yeah, you can just hear them like across the street.
It looks gorgeous.
It does.
They've done
looks great.
Such a good job.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Black Knight patio open now as well. Mm-hmm. The patio down at the Woodyard, of course, is all over it.
And the monkey tree.
And
the
classic monkey tree.
The old standby.
Standby. So hey, get out there. The weather is finally nice enough to get out there and enjoy some of them patios.
Finally.
This is a terrible segue. Speaking of weather, there's an artist in Yellowknife.
Artists love weather.
Artists who love weather. They paint it often. There's an artist in Yellowknife who gives away free art on Instagram, known as Free Art YK. Wood burning is the order of the day. That is their medium, and they did a sign for us last year. Beautiful sign. Welcome to the cabin. We have it up on our door. So sometimes they'll do custom works, but most of the time they'll do something, package it up, post about it on Instagram, and then hide it somewhere in the city. And it's up to you to go and find it. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. This little scavenger hunt for free art, and the art is wonderful. Yeah. It really is, and all kinds of different things that they're doing, and making things for other businesses or just for other projects, but also just giving them away. And I have not yet gotten one of these. I keep on looking at the page and trying to time it out right, and I just never do. I came the closest this weekend because I was following very, very intently. Because
you knew they were back, and a
they
free
were back.
art
That's
posting
right.
was imminent.
They had taken a little bit of time off.
Okay,
but in the last couple of weeks, I've given away a few, or two anyway, and because they'd given one on the Ice Road on February 24th, and then the next one they gave away was like a couple of weeks ago. Or this week. So they had taken
took a
little time off.
Break, yeah.
But yeah, if you don't have Instagram, I would honestly say sign up for Instagram just for this. If you were really interested in getting a piece of this free art,
and of course to follow the Cabin Radio
Instagram
page.
Also that
shameless plug.
Yeah, that's right. Shameless plug.
Back to the free art.
It's mostly puppies. It really is. But so I timed it out. I was following intently on Sunday. They gave away one on Sunday. I got up and I was like ready for it because I knew they were going to do it the next morning because they posted the night before.
Right.
I was like, all right, let's watch it. I had my coffee, and then I went to take a little bathroom break, and I was on my phone in the bathroom, and then it posted. It's like, here it is, and it was like 10 minutes after it had been there. Usually within 10 to 20 minutes, it's gone. People are watching very intently and will take it before you have a chance to even get off your butt. Get into your vehicle and drive wherever it is in the city. It's such a cool idea, though, and it really gets people involved, and I love it. So if I just wanted to give that a little plug, Free Art YK. I don't know who you are. I'm sure I'm the last person in town to not know who this person is anymore, but that's just me. I keep my head in the sand. I'm a lib lab.
I think we're the only two people probably at Cabin Radio who don't know.
Oh, probably, yeah. Like AJ probably grew up with them or something.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I spent too much time away from this place.
And Ollie's just tracked them down and sworn to keep their secret.
Yeah.
He's a good guy like that.
That's right. He is a good guy like that. But anyway, if you are on Instagram, follow Free Art YK, and you will find that this person posts their art somewhere in the city, and you can go find it.
I thought I'd try and do a little investigation while we were chatting here. So I just typed into Google free art.
Yeah.
And it just yelled at me and said, "Pay your artists, you cheapskate."
Absolutely.
Okay,
pay your artists.
Right.
And I would gladly pay for any of these pieces. Is the thing.
That's the thing, yeah.
What
That's
makes it so very cool
is
that they're willing to do all this hard work and then just put it out there. Put a little joy into the world, a little magic. I like that.
Yeah.
I love that.
It would be a real downer if he had this whole free art thing going and everyone's like, maybe the next one.
Yeah, that's right. And then just like, or you turn it over, it's just like $500 has been charged to your account. What? No, it's such a cool idea, and these pieces are just wonderful
and great exposure.
Great exposure for them. But but a touch of whimsy, a touch of magic in the air in Yellowknife is always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that a lot, and so we'll wait with bated breath for the next one. Follow Free Art YK on Instagram. For a while there was someone calling themselves Free Beer YK. And they did not post anything. And about 6 weeks ago, I sent them a message saying, "Are you going to put out some free beer or not?" I don't think it's a good idea to put free beer in the city somewhere. I think it's a great idea, but in practice, probably not great.
Yeah, great spirit.
That's right.
But, yeah.
We're going to find out who you are, Free Art YK. Chances are, I'm going to find out and be like, really? I should have known that.
Free Beer YK, your days are numbered.
Your days are numbered. I will gladly pay for my beer. Way too much. Free Art YK on Instagram. Check it out. Maybe you'll be able to, you will be lucky enough to get one of these pieces before one of their very close friends, I'm sure, is already there picking it up as they put it down. We got some music, some new music coming up from Alex Cuba, who is coming up for Folk on the Rocks. As we draw closer to Folk on the Rocks, you're going to hear more of these artists. We want you to get to know them before you get there, because one of the best parts about Folk on the Rocks is discovering this new music. And one of the bigger complaints about from some people about Folk on the Rocks is that they don't know who the artists are. Well, guess what? Cabin Radio is going to introduce you to these artists, so you come out to Folk on the Rocks for the best festival north of 60.
So we're gonna solve and ruin that for you right now.
That's right. Well, you still get to discover them. See them live. Stop it.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Joined by senior soccer analyst for Cabin Radio, Sara Wicks.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Take that, Ollie.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. You are a senior soccer analyst. I mean, you've played at a high level.
Division One.
Division One, NCAA soccer. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to get your opinion. We talked about the Women's World Cup earlier today and about the controversy surrounding the U.S. victory over Thailand, 13-0, and how they just kept celebrating, including the one that really stuck out to me, which was during the celebration, one of them, I can't remember which player it was, walking up to the scrum and counting on her fingers.
Alex Morgan.
It was the captain. So the captain,
Rapinoe was the captain that game. They alternate captains.
That's right. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they have such a deep bench that they're able to have
Okay. Well, yeah, because they're the best team in the world.
So one of the captains.
Yeah, one of the
captains on the team.
Yeah, it was counting, kind of, and that felt like mocking the other team, which didn't feel great.
Yeah.
That wasn't a good look. So the controversy surrounding that, and then the response by Alex Morgan today or yesterday was that she felt it's disrespectful to not play your best. And I felt that was kind of missing the point. No one's saying don't try your best. Maybe just don't celebrate so boisterously when it's 13-0. And we want to get your take because you have played at this high level.
I mean, as a soccer player, when you do get in those games, it's kind of hard not to celebrate when you're winning and the atmosphere and the fans were cheering. And for the U.S. national team, this was more than just a game for them. This was an opportunity to show everyone, on men, women, kids, that they are the best and they deserve to be treated equally. I mean, I'm sure you don't need to celebrate after the 6th, 8th, 12th goal, but I mean, when you're in that position, I don't know. I just think as an athlete, and when you're put in that arena and you've trained 2 years leading up to this, you're just let's go. Like, these are competitive athletes. They have worked their butts off for this opportunity.
Of course.
And I know and Abby Wambach even tweeted after all the backlash the U.S. women's national team got was, if this was a men's team, they would not be getting this backlash. I'm like, okay.
I think that's disingenuous. I don't think that's correct.
I mean, maybe
at 13-0.
Yeah, I think I think men might. I don't think it would have made this kind of news.
Right.
This made a huge splash.
Yeah, though, absolutely. It did make a huge splash. But I think it makes a huge splash partly because it is the Women's World Cup. And, like, I don't know, there's been obviously more focus on men's sports throughout the years. And we're kind of used to the U.S. U.S. athletes doing this kind of stuff, like in the Olympics with track and field and and that kind of stuff. Like, there's a lot of examples of that. Whereas you can call those out. Whereas this is kind of a
disappoints me the most is take away from the fact that it was 13 goals and just go back and just watch the U.S. women's national team, the tactics, the way they moved the ball, the way they set it up, the shots they had. Like, I know they scored a lot, but what disappoints me is people are missing how well women are playing soccer right now.
Okay,
like,
of course.
Like, compare it to a men's game.
Yeah.
Almost identical the way they're moving the ball. Like, if you miss how many times they didn't miss the net.
Yeah.
They finished every opportunity, which is phenomenal. Like, it's
And in the end, that's probably the thing that's most unfortunate about this is that, that, like you say, that this story about the over celebrating and the making a mockery of the other team is taking away from the actual skill level that was on display on the field. Yeah. And I mean, it's the issue I have with it is just now, like, again, when we were talking about this morning, that there are some girls that, like, and they said themselves, that haven't been on this stage before. So, you know, they're maybe like letting their emotions and their excitement get the better of them, and nobody can fault them for that. No. You know, we see that in every sport. You know, young players have to learn how to act appropriately in different situations. But the fact that now then that it is becoming a story, it seems like the easiest PR thing to just put in the bag, basically say, we let our excitement get the better of us and run away a bit. We shouldn't have acted like that. That's fine. But hey, aren't we an amazing soccer team? And you know what? And I think that would put it to bed right away. Nobody would be really dragging this out, but they kind of doubled down.
They really did.
Little bit on it.
And there's also, I feel like, I mean, and you could probably speak to this a little bit more than I, obviously, because you're an athlete and I am not at all. But the disparity between the U.S. team and the Thailand team, is there that much disparity in international men's soccer at the World Cup? Because the Thailand team looked lost completely.
Yeah. That was their first time at the World Cup. That was Thailand's first, and it sucks that they had to face off against number one. That's how it works. Yeah. And I mean, the U.S. men's national team, if you look on the men's side, they barely make the World Cup. That's like they get in by the skin of their teeth. So I mean, like, you cannot compare men to women,
But is there more disparity throughout, say, the top 50 teams in women's soccer than there is in men's soccer?
Yeah,
right?
I'm definitely. Yeah, I mean,
it's more developed. I mean, the men's soccer is definitely more developed.
But at the same time, like, I don't think Thailand should be discouraged by their play. I think any team first entering the World Cup, that's going to happen.
Yeah, right.
And
that's right.
It's sad that, like, that happens. And I think another thing with the U.S. women's national team is all of the advertisement they get.
Yes.
They are signed with Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. They're selling mattresses. Like, you know, it's unreal. They're everywhere.
Breakfast cereal.
Yeah. So I think that maybe that got to their heads. I'm not sure, but
I mean, I take your point. Your point is great in that, like, we're trying to sell this. We're trying to sell the game.
Yeah.
We're trying to make this as exciting as possible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think it's exciting when it's competitive. I think it's more exciting when it's competitive.
For sure.
When it's 13-0 and you're, like, mocking how many goals you've like on your hand, that's a bit much.
But that's Alex Morgan for you, and she's. I met her in person. I trained with her in the lifting room once, and she walks in confident.
Yeah.
She walks out confident. She'll say she's there for business.
Yeah.
This is their living. This is their career.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, I cannot say what I would do in that situation if I was in that arena.
Yeah.
Right.
And I spent 2 years with these girls working my butt off, and I finally got the opportunity to go out there. I would be like, let's bring it. Let's show the world what we're made of, and let's just show that there's no prisoners.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I can understand if, and we mentioned this before, if they were playing Canada, one team versus the number 4 team in the world, and they scored 13 goals, I can imagine them being just over the moon and doing all those sellies.
Yeah.
When you're facing Thailand, a team that seems tantamount to, say, I don't know, like an amateur team, it seemed a bit much.
Everyone just likes to stick it to Canada.
That's right.
It's always fun.
Stick it in there. Yeah, that's right.
You know we're not going to defend ourselves.
That's right. I mean, if Canada beat the U.S. 13-0, my God.
We'll probably take you out for a beer.
That's right.
If you beat us 13-0.
Right. You'd like to think that they wouldn't celebrate so hard. But, I mean, if you beat the U.S. 13-0, you'd be doing backflips.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.